guys, my name is Liv, and I thought that we could do a little bit of a digital story time. So right now I am in the backyard of my own home. I'm staying home during this time because that is the safe and caring thing to do. And so I'm gonna read one of the books that I wrote when I was in middle school. And so I'm gonna share my screen with you so you guys can follow along. And yeah, thanks for coming on in and listening to my book. So I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. Alrighty. Okay, so here, give me 1 second. I just wanna make sure that you can see it all. Alrighty. So Kendall, a story of a young boy with autism by Olivia Shin. That's me. This story is dedicated to all the children who have autism. Have you ever heard of autism before? Well, for me, I didn't really know about it until elementary school when I had to ask my parents. So if you're unfamiliar with that word, we're going to learn about what autism is today. Kendall, a story of a young boy with autism. My name is Kendall. I am 7 years old and have a mom, a dad, an older sister, and a fuzzy dog. I was born with autism. Autism makes me experience the world differently than other kids do. It is hard for me to communicate with other kids and express my feelings with words. Have you ever tried to tell your mom or dad or a friend something and you couldn't seem to figure out the words to express that? That's really difficult for Kendall because he has autism. I have a mild form of autism called Asperger's. I go to school like everyone else, but I get some extra help there. There are some things that I enjoy about being in a school with people, but also some things that I do not like. Normal sounds, such as people talking, can sometimes bother me, but most of all, the school bell. For me, I hear things louder than normal people. I cringe my face and I hold my ears with these loud and irritating noises. Is your school bell really, really loud? I remember in elementary school, my bell was super loud. During school today, my special teacher gave me 10 super hard problems to solve, but I was able to do them in a few seconds because I have photographic memory. Photographic memory is the ability to remember information or images in great detail. I saw those math problems on my sister's homework once. This is one of my strengths. I get to see students from other classes at lunch sometimes. Most are nice and polite. I like that. However, some kids who don't know me stare at me like I am an alien from outer space. I dislike this so much that sometimes I get angry and the teacher makes me leave. Not just that, but when people touch me, even in a gentle way, it can bother me. However, I try to get used to it with a special teacher. Another thing that I cannot do is make connections with other people easily or always understand their emotions. When someone smiles, I sometimes don't know if they're happy. So if you see over here, there are a bunch of people with different emotions. And Kendall in his head is asking, who's happy? Who's sad? Who's angry? Can you tell if this person is happy or not? Or if this person is sad or angry? For Kendall, that can be really difficult. Luckily, my mommy said that I have the ability to love. I'm grateful I can love my family and my friends. Sorry, there's a bug. I have trouble linking words to their meanings. It frustrates me when my older sister is talking and I don't know what her words really mean. So here, Kendall's sister is explaining something, and for him, he has a bunch of question marks because all it kind of seems like she's saying is blah, 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 blah. One thing that I do is flap my hands and say words over and over again. It can annoy mommy sometimes, but the thing she hates most is my frequent temper tantrums. Have you ever had a temper tantrum before? If you have, I think I can only guess that your parents didn't like it very much. So here Kendall's saying, no, 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 no. He's just repeating that word over and over again. My only favorite toy that I play with is my teddy bear, which has its left arm torn off. I don't let anyone touch it but me. Something that irritates me is when I come back from school and mommy rearranged the order of my toys. I scream and I shout. Mommy tries to remember not to though. So Kendall here is saying, why? And then Kendall's mom is saying, I'm sorry. Adding to that, I hate when mommy has to change my schedule. For example, when we don't go to my special teacher when we are supposed to, I huff and I puff like a dragon. So here, Kendall's special teacher that's usually, they usually meet on Thursdays, got moved to Friday. And that made him really angry because he doesn't like when his schedule gets changed. He likes that concrete time that always happens every single week. My doctors say that I am different because my brain has trouble making sense of the world. He says it doesn't quite interpret the sights, smells, sounds, and other sensations like most kids. So we have 5 senses, and these 5 senses help us understand the world. And for Kendall, sometimes those senses don't really process correctly, or it makes it difficult for him to understand. Something that makes me different is that I have a brain the size of a 13-year-old, even though I am only 7. This is super cool. So, how old are you right now? If you're 7 years old, I want you to double that age. So 7 plus 7 equals like 14 years old. Or if you're 5 years old right now, think about your brain being double those years, so 10 years old. That's pretty cool. I am one in around 50 kids with autism. No one knows what causes it though, not even my doctor. The human brain can be very complicated, so it's hard to know the exact cause of autism. So as you can see here, there's a bunch of scientists trying to figure out what causes autism, but it's really difficult to know. Some things we just don't know. For me, when I was a baby, a doctor said that some of my cells and connections did not develop properly or got damaged. So this is a super, super confusing picture. It can be kind of complicated, but basically right here is a brain cell. So these things that look like kind of spidery images, those are brain cells, and we have so many of them in our brain. It's also known as a neuron, and basically in between these spidery images, there is a message being delivered from one of them to the other. And so there's these chemicals and electrical signals that pass across the brain when you try to do something. So like when you're trying to pick up this glass of water, there are brain cells that are firing signals to each other within your brain to be able to do that, which is really cool. However, the doctor said that Kendall, some of his cells and connections maybe in his brain were not developed properly, or they got damaged in the process. So here is Kendall's doctor saying, "You have autism." My autism was first suspected when mommy saw my unusual way of doing tasks. That is when she took me to a doctor, and he said that I have autism. One time when I was playing with my fuzzy dog, mommy was sad. Turns out there is no cure for autism. However, doctors, therapists, and special teachers can help kids like me. Mommy loves me so much that she includes these people in my life. So like it says over here, there's no cure for autism. There's no way to just snap your fingers or give you medicine that's going to fix and solve this autism. However, there are ways to treat it. And so I think this is a little bit of a stretch, but if you know what's going on right now, we have this thing called the coronavirus going on. And this virus spreads to other people quickly. And the problem is that, like autism, there's no cure right now. There's no way to just solve, to fix the sickness that's happening, but there are ways that we can prevent the spread. So that's why people are saying to wash your hands a lot and to stay at home and to stay away from people, just so that if you do have it, it doesn't spread. Good thing I have a lovely family, good thing I have a loving family and a lovely family. My mommy told me that the doctor said I could have a bright future with all of my support. I will never forget this because of my photographic memory. So here is Kendall, and you see his little bear and then his entire family. And that doesn't just include his mom, dad, and sister. That also includes his friends and his doctors and his therapists. Be proud. And that's me. Thank you guys so much for listening to my little digital story time. I hope you enjoyed the book. This book is available for purchase online. You can look at it on Amazon, both in the digital copy, so what you see right here, or in a print form, soft cover or hard cover. And then also I do have a website where you can do local pickup if you're in Fort Worth, and that is at shindigpublishing.com. Again, my name is Liv. I had so much fun reading to y'all, and I hope to see you soon.